rule first.
We're trying to get you to put like 1 to 10 in the right order.
Where do you think number 4 should go?
It's not every day you see children at the front of the class teaching younger pupils.
Now we can take away 5. This is the last time we do it. Well, you're all very good at this.
These 10-year-olds are part of a unique experiment created by Dartington Primary School in Devon. They're being taught how to teach.
How do you have to make up the work? What do you have to do to make up the work? Matilda?
Like, organise it.
You have to organise it. What's another word we use? We organise work and
Plan it.
plan and teach.
The school has invented a primary qualified teacher status certificate where pupils from year 5 are introduced to basic teaching skills, craft lesson plans, observe teachers at work and select reward systems.
So, do you want to come up and set some tunes?
We find out how the scheme was created, how the school has made it work, and what benefits there are to the children.
I received a certificate, and it's my PQTS certificate, so it's a primary qualified teacher status. So now I'm qualified to teach.
So, who wants to go first? Molly.
Teaching is a skill that everybody will use at some time in their life, and even if they don't want to be a teacher, they will use it to tie shoelaces, they will use it to teach people to swim. So we felt that it was a skill that we could offer all our pupils, and one of our teachers picked it up and said that she'd like to do it. So she wrote a course. We talked with the children and said, is this something you'd like to do? It was volunteers at first, and we had lots, and hence PQTS was born.
And not negative. Good boy, Finn, that's brilliant. So positive.
The first thing they learn is about the professional values of being a teacher and just what sort of things teachers have to do every day.
My inspiration was the fact that we became a training school 2 years ago, and we were looking for ways of actively involving the children to be part of it. In some ways, it's just an introduction to thinking about life from a teacher's point of view, and from being the teacher rather than the learner.
You have to take the register, because if there's a fire or something when you're teaching, you wouldn't know where that child is.
That's right. I have to keep you safe, don't I? I have to keep you safe, and we have to keep you happy, and we have to keep the classroom organised to be able to plan and teach properly.
When you talk to the children, they can honestly say to you, I never realised what it was like to be a teacher.
We've got that, then we'll plan a lesson.
And I think they can put themselves in the teacher's position. It gives them confidence, it gives them self-esteem, they feel good about themselves.
In the second session, they're moving on to the positive learning environment. And then after they've done that, they go to classes and they choose reward systems for themselves, and they move into observing actual lessons where they pick out the structure of the lessons, what happens in each lesson, where the teacher is for each part of the lesson.
Come in. Come in. OK.
I think the teachers had to approach it when they were being observed in a slightly different way, because they had to talk to the pupils very openly about what they planned, what they hoped the children would learn. And while they do that in normal lessons anyway, as they were acting mentors for the pupils, it was a slightly different role.
Another thing that we do, every morning, I watch them really closely to see if they're sitting up, and
I think it's better that the children understand completely why we do things and why the decisions that we make and why we plan lessons a certain way, because I think that gives them ownership of the lessons and it makes them feel much more empowered, which is a big part of our school.
As well. Do you want to ask them any questions at all?
Do you like the way your teacher rewards you?
Does anyone want to answer?
I think some of the teachers swallowed hard, but OK, if that's what we're doing, if they're observing us and well, why not really? So that's what we did, and I think it's been really beneficial to the pupil.
We don't do it every day. Lots of different teachers reward their children in lots of different ways.
I think the younger children have more rewards because I think they need a bit more encouragement to do their work.
Because they're fidgety.
Because they're little.
When they've done that, they come back and we talk about it, and then we choose an objective from numeracy, literacy or science to for them to teach themselves.
I don't know if we should do literacy or maths because I think maths would be easier. Yeah, maths would be easier because we can make it fun.
Yeah, if they get like 5 ticks, they get a jelly baby. And if the whole class plays a maths game at the end.
I think it should be a reward for not being fidgety, not a punishment for being fidgety.
Do maths, yeah? Maths.
I think the PQTS helps them in their own learning. I think it's really, really good for the children to be able to voice how they learn to any teacher, to say, I find it easier when you teach me like this.
Ben?
The teacher becomes a facilitator in the class and starts to work out, am I giving different learning styles? Am I attending to all the pupils' needs?
That includes something that a mover's going to be interested, a listener's going to be interested, and a looker's going to be interested in.
Exactly, I do. So the only way we're going to be able to tell that, I think, is if we go through each part of my lesson and think about what type of learner I'm trying to teach. So we're going to... The girls and the boys all got together over half-term and arranged sleepovers and were really enthusiastic. They had a very hectic time before half-term with May Day celebrations and didn't have a lot of time, but they, off their own backs, organised their own work, which shows that they're really, really keen, which is brilliant.
Well, I slept at her house in the week and we both done some things for like homework and everything.
That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to put them up on the board.
We're going to start off with number fans, and then we're going to do
These numbers, like, put them up on the board and ask them if they know, what these numbers are, and then take them away and stuff like that.
I'm going to be observing them. I've got a checklist to look at what the children are doing, what they're doing. Are the children that they're teaching all involved? Are they being positive? Are they giving good feedback?
A little bit nervous because we're going to be the first group and there'll be nobody to say, this person needs a little bit more help, this one's a little bit naughty, this one chats a bit.
The children are divided into groups of 3, and together they come up with ideas, resources and rewards.
I'm Zoe.
Then, as a team, they teach the lesson.
Now, we had to teach you this morning, but we couldn't think of anything to do. So we had a chat to our friends, Hag and Pop, the aliens. First, it was quite hard because it was quite hard to get it all done in the right time, and we had to keep cutting bits out. So, can you help him get them back into the order?
I was really impressed, actually. First of all, the resources were amazing. They were really clear and really well thought out. They were used as real learning aids. They'd matched the numerals and the words so the children could really use them to help them do their work, and that was astounding, really, that they'd thought that up.
They were perfect as a team and helped each other, and also got the pace of the lessons. So, OK, they've got this, let's move it on quicker, let's take more away. And it was a decision on the hoof, which is great.
Oh, well done, so really well.
Well, we're going to play a game now. That's the one. Put up.
They kept the children going. They had lots and lots of ideas, so I was really pleased.
Megan? 16. Well done. You're very good at this. Now we can take away 5. This is the last time we're doing it. Okay. Alright, close your eyes. Okay. Open your eyes. Which ones will be taken away? I liked it when they were all like really quiet and doing their work.
I think they knew the numbers, but I think they learned the words a bit more today.
Yeah, this sheet that we did with the numbers and words was quite good because like it wasn't that difficult,
but it wasn't really easy. They did need a little bit of help.
First, you've got to do this question here. You just fill in the answer in that box.
So it's 1 plus something equals 10. You might want to use your number fans if you get stuck.
Or you just put your hand up if you
Or
want.
put your hand up and we'll help you.
That's it. And the next one.
I think the boys were much quieter than the girls. That was quite surprising to me, really.
Kai, when you do your freeze, try and do it another way around, like that.
And also their voices were very, very soft, and I was impressed by that.
Can you do this one here? 7 plus 7 add.
I think they've had lots and lots of different teachers, and they've obviously made their own sense of that and what works for them and what doesn't work.
So how many more? You need a mail?
So I think that sort of gentle style, hopefully, I like to think it's evident at Dartington anyway.
Do you know? Look at my fingers.
Thinking and counting in my head.
I really like the way they worked with the small groups. I really like the way they modelled the work for the children. They were helping them by modelling it for them in lots of different ways, and they were recognising when something wasn't working and changing it really quickly.
Here you go. How many fingers am I holding up?
5.
And do you reckon that's the right answer to go in there?
Yes,
Yeah, it is, because look, 15, 16, 17, 18...
I also really enjoyed the last game. They really knew what the abilities of the children were, so they were changing the level of the questions according to who they were asking.
15 plus 4. 22 at the moment.
What? 21.
Yeah, he won.
What's 10 plus 0?
10.
If we spoke loud, then if they wanted to say something, they'd have to speak louder than us. So we kept quiet so they didn't get loud. Yeah, and so we wouldn't interrupt other people, say what they're saying to somebody else, if they're helping somebody else at the same time. Because sometimes they were stuck, and quite often they wrote the numbers in the wrong way around and stuff like that, so you had to help them.
Good morning, everybody. They did it, and they did it really, really well. So we want to celebrate that today, and please could we have Sam, who has been totally brilliant.
Made me feel that it was really worthwhile. They were amazing with the children. They were very caring and supportive and positive and enthusiastic, and they showed a real interest in them, and I think it really has shown me that it's been really beneficial, that we should carry it on.
Might want to be a teacher, I'm not sure.
It was just like the time just flew, like, yeah, you didn't realise how long you, like, just goes past, like. It felt like 2 minutes. Yeah, probably because you're enjoying yourself, and time always goes quickly when you're enjoying yourself.
I think it would work in every school. I think that it's just a matter of kind of giving them enough support at the beginning and making them feel confident in their own abilities.
It was really fun. Getting to teach the children, organising it all, and like be in charge, because it's like when you're in class you never get to be in charge, and it's like quite cool.
I think it reinforces all the time what we're trying to do in school. The children have such fun doing it. They're very good at it, and I think generally it's a very positive experience. It's a win-win situation. And this little boy summed it up earlier on when he said, well, I learn and they learn, and that's what teaching's about, isn't it?